go ahead and get yourself into a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. If you'd like to sit on your bum, you can cross your legs in front of you. Just make sure they're not stacked one on top of each other and there's one in front of the other one. You can lower your gaze or close your eyes. Begin just by paying attention to your breath. No need to change or judge it. If you have any thoughts coming into your head, you can go ahead and just let them pass on by like a train on the tracks. You can do a quick body scan, starting with the bottom of your toes, all the way up to the top of your head. And see if you can identify any space or spot that needs a little bit more attention, a little bit more breath, a little bit more love. Breathe into that spot now, whatever that means to you. Imagine a light going from your breath to that area. You could just focus in on that area deeply, or you could think about it. Gotta stop. When all your thoughts have melted away, feel fully comfortable in your body. Go ahead and inhale that string coming from the top of your head, nice and tall. Open up in between each vertebrae. So you can feel space in your spine. If you need to, you can always, if you want to feel space in your spine, you can always lean forward or back or kind of reach from side to side with your spine. Maybe you want to tuck your tailbone or tilt it. Whatever you need to do to feel space in the back. When you're ready to come back to stillness, take a few deep breaths on our own. Really focusing in on the belly button and expanding that low belly with each breath. Take a few more of those deep belly breaths, elongating each exhale. Maybe when you inhale, your spine gets nice and long and tall. And maybe as you exhale, you sink into the back, releasing the spine forward. Maybe you turn that long spine and gentle sink into a modified cow pose and cat pose. Feeling the spine elongate on your modified cat pose. Feeling the chest shine towards the ceiling in your modified cat. And on your next inhale, you can come to stillness. And you can gently open your eyes or raise your gaze. We'll start by stretching the arms forward this time, like you're pushing the camera away from you. You can push those hands out to the side like you're pushing the walls away. You can bring those hands up to the sky, so your palms are still facing outwards. Might feel a little strange. Sink the shoulders down the back. Tuck the palms in, reach a little bit higher, and then go ahead and turn those palms into each other. See if you can sink those shoulders down the back one more time. This time we'll exhale to one side, reaching an arm over top. Inhaling into all those intercostal muscles. Reaching over, shining that chest towards the ceiling. On the next exhale, bring the shoulder down to the knee, exhaling forward. Inhaling back up. Exhaling forward. Inhaling back up. Exhaling forward. And inhaling back up. Take one more deep breath here. Relaxing your glutes and your jaw and the back of your neck. We'll gently glide back up so you're reaching your arms into the sky again. Melting those shoulders down the back and reaching the opposite hand down. Reaching that arm over top, shining that chest forward if you'd like. And on your next exhale, we're going to fold forward. Inhale back up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhaling back up. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling back up. Take one more deep breath, releasing any tension you have in your glutes, jaw, or the back of your neck. We'll inhale the arms back up again. We'll push the walls away from us one more time. This time, if you can, go ahead and rotate in the shoulders. If your palms are not exposed and your fingers are not staying upright, you can always make fists here. But just feel that rotation in your shoulder blades. And then when you had enough of that, we'll inhale the arms back up into the air, sink them down the shoulders. We'll bend one elbow back, place the opposite hand on your elbow. And using just the weight from your hand, you can press that elbow down the back. Option to come into a bind here. Half bind. Reaching to grab your clothing or your fingertips, whatever you can reach. Releasing any tension in your glutes or jaw. Release your hands, extend your arms back up. This time we'll bend the opposite elbow back down the back. Place your opposite hand on top. Option to come into your half bind here. Grabbing onto your clothing or your hands. Whatever you can reach. Exhale to release both your arms down. Give your arms a little shake out. We're going to come out to the sides again. This time we're going to go ahead and hug the chest, reaching the fingertips to the back of the shoulder blades. And sighing the shoulders down the back. Checking in with those sit bones, making sure you're not holding any tension there. Inhaling the arms nice and long again. Exhaling, opposite elbow on top this time. You can release your arms to the side, give them a little shake out. We're going to make biceps. Nice big strong biceps. Drop one arm down for robot arms. We'll just switch the placing of the arms over and over again, making sure the elbows are in line with the shoulders. Seeing if you can make a nice strong muscle at each point. We'll come back to our biceps. One more thing I wanted to do. What was it? Reach the arms nice and long. We'll fold forward. You can keep the spine nice and long here. No need to sink into the back, just nice long spine. No need to fold too far forward. Releasing the glutes here. And then walking those fingertips back, shining that chest forward, maybe pointing the thumbs towards the front. Release your arms, you can swing them back and forth. We'll take one arm over the front. Make sure your opposite hand is behind your elbow, so you're stretching your bicep area. Again, sighing those shoulders down the back. Releasing, exhaling, swinging your arms again if you'd like. We'll come up on the other side. Again, make sure your arm is behind your elbow. Reaching that shoulder down, stretching that bicep area. Go ahead and release the arms, shake them out. We'll release the arms to the side. You can place them on the knees. We're just going to take the shoulder blades and make them touch in the back. And then release them forward as wide as you possibly can. Don't worry about your spine or hunching. We're just releasing the shoulder blades nice and wide. Nice deep breath here. And then we'll extend the legs out in front. And come into our twists. Give your knees a little shake out here. You can do a little point and flex of your feet if you'd like. Pointing your toes, flexing your feet. You can try to have a nice long spine and not round in the back. We'll hug one knee into the chest nice and tight, placing the foot on the outside of the leg. Inhaling your opposite arm as leg, nice and tall into the air. As you're inhaling that arm up, make sure your spine is coming with it. We're going to exhale, hook the arm, and twist to the back of the room. Inhaling for a nice long spine. Exhaling to twist. See if you can find space in the back of your sit bones. That would like. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhaling for a twist. Inhaling the spine nice and long. Exhaling, twisting to the back of the room. On your next inhale, you can come back to the center, do a nice little counter twist to the opposite side, and you can release your legs, give your knees a little shake out. We'll switch the crossing to the opposite side. Hugging that thigh in nice and tight to the body. Bringing that opposite arm into the sky, lifting that spine up as you bring the arm up, hooking that elbow to the knee and twisting to the back of the room. See if you can press that sit bone into the mat as you press the knee away from you with your elbow. Inhaling for a long spine and exhaling to twist to the back of the room. Inhaling for a long spine, exhaling to twist. Inhaling for a nice long spine. Exhaling, twist to the back of the room. And your next inhale, you can come to a nice little counter twist to the other side. Release your legs and give your knees a little shake out. We'll go ahead and meet in tabletop. Excuse me, my tongue ring decided to come out. We'll meet in tabletop pose at the front of the mat, coming into a nice neutral spine here. Making sure the wrists are underneath the shoulder blades, knees are underneath the hips. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhaling. On your next inhale, you can go ahead and drop that udder down, shine that chest forward through your arms and come into your cow pose. Tops of the feet should be glued to the mat. Take a few breaths here. Maybe each time you breathe, you sink deeper into the pose. And on your next exhale, you can round in the back, drop that neck down, and come into your cat pose. Option to tuck the toes under, come up on the pads of your fingertips. Imagine you're a Halloween paper cut out of a cat, checking in with the glutes, checking in with the back of the neck, checking in with the jaw. On your next inhale, you can come down to your cow pose. And exhale for cat. Inhaling for cow. And exhaling for cat. You can continue this movement at your own pace and your own breath. Just linking the breath to the movement. You can incorporate S and C curves into the spine if that feels nice for you. When you're ready, you can come back to a neutral spine, pressing the ground away from you. Nice neutral spine here in your tabletop. Release those shoulders down your back. We'll tuck the back toes under. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to lift the left arm into the air for a gentle twist. Breathing here. Making sure that back leg isn't sneaking up into the air. We'll exhale. Go ahead and thread that shoulder under. Pulling the outside of the shoulder blade, outside of the shoulder, sorry, on the mat. Option to reach the opposite arm and foot out. On your next exhale, come back to your gentle twist. Then we'll come back to the mat. On your next inhale, come into your gentle twist, same side, arm up. This time we're going to swing the leg out for a supported Side plank. Supported side plank. Exhaling your hand back to the mat, knee back to the mat. We'll go ahead and inhale the opposite arm up for a nice gentle twist. Breathing here, tops of both feet glued to the mat. On your next exhale, go ahead and thread that arm under, put the outside of the shoulder onto the mat. You can reach the fingertips back and the leg back if you'd like. Exhaling your palm and your hand back to your gentle twist. Go ahead and bring that hand back down to the mat. Go ahead and tuck those back toes under and press the hips back for a downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out through the feet here in down dog. Stretching all those nice calf muscles. You find a spot that feels nice, you can stay there for a few minutes, few seconds, few moments. When you're ready, we'll inhale the heels into the air and exhale them back down to the mat. On your next inhale, let's roll forward to plank pose. Make any adjustments you may need. Pressing the mat away from you. On your next exhale, we'll press back to downward facing dog. Lift the right leg into the air for a three-legged dog. On your next exhale, bend the knee, open up the hips. You can drop the foot behind you and lift your arm for rock star pose if you'd like. Exhale that foot back down to the mat. We'll roll forward to plank. Drop that right knee down. Swing your left foot over and come into your supported shoulders. Side plank. From here, if you'd like to extend that bottom foot out and come into a side plank, you're more than welcome to. And we'll exhale that knee back down to the mat. Exhale your hand back down to the mat. And we'll come back to our tabletop pose. Tuck the back toes under and kick back up to downward facing dog. From here, we'll lift that left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hips. Drop your foot back and lift your arm for rock star pose if that's available to you. On your next exhale, we'll bring that left foot down to the mat. We'll roll forward to a plank pose. Bring that knee down. Swing that right leg over and come into your supported side. Option to bring that foot over and come into a full side. On your next exhale, bring your palm back down to the mat. Bring both knees back down to the mat. We'll go ahead and tuck those back toes under. Press back to your downward facing dog. And we'll hop or step forward. So on a forward fold at the front of the mat. Breathing here in your forward fold, feeling the top of your head pulling down to the mat. Feeling all four corners of your feet activated. You're not dropping into those arches. You're not knocking in with your knees. Go back. On your next inhale, we'll place hands on shins for a nice long flat back. Breathe here for a few moments. On your next exhale, let's fold forward, oozing down into the forward fold as much as you can. And when you're ready on your next inhale, gently roll up to stand. So you're standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Again, checking in with all four corners of the feet. Okay. Checking in with all four corners of the feet. You're not dumping into those arches. Your knees aren't knocking in. Arms are relaxed at the side. Check in with your knees. Make sure you have nice, soft knees here. I want you to lift your arms above your head. Imagine you're holding a beach ball above you. I'm going to start just by twisting at the waist, holding that beach ball still, leaving the hips pointed towards the front of the room. Exhaling towards the front. Inhaling to twist to the opposite side. Breathing here. Hips pointed towards the front of the room. Exhale to the front. Holding that beach ball above your head, we'll do some side bending to one side, leaving those hips where they are. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bending to the opposite side. Then inhale back to center, still holding that beach ball. You're going to bring it back behind you and just throw it forward. And release your arms down to the side. You can swing your arms a little bit. You can swing your shoulders a little bit, make your arms wiggle, shake out all the sillies. And we're just going to focus in on the hips and do a few tucks and tilts of the pelvis. See if we can make sure that movement is isolated to just the hips and the knees aren't getting too involved at the moment. The thighs can get a little involved. When we've had enough of that, we'll gently go from side to side. Again, reaching in the hips, not getting the knees too involved. Then when you've had enough of that, we can come to stillness and we'll go to one side, the front, the other side, and back. Make that diamond shape a few times and then round it out so that you have a nice, smooth, oval shape. I'm going to say ovular shape, oval shape in your hips. Making a nice, smooth oval, and then go to the other side. Again, making that nice, smooth, small oval shape. There's a spot where maybe it's a little bit stuck and you can't make an oval, you can focus in on that spot for a few more minutes, a few more moments. And then when you feel like you've done both directions satisfactorily, then you can do something very silly and do any exaggerated motion you'd like. You can get your knees involved. You can really reach to one side or kick your hips out to one side. Maybe find a muscle that maybe isn't normally stretched. Make big circles with the hips. Get the knees involved. You can get the shoulders involved. Just make sure you go both directions. And then when you've had enough of that, go ahead and bring your feet a little bit wider than shoulders width distance. Make your knees nice and soft. Put a slight tuck in your tailbone. Take a deep breath and just sink into your feet here. Feeling your hips pulling forward. That looks very comical. You could even let your arms go behind you to see how far forward the rest of your body is. And just breathe here for a moment. And then from that very sunken, relaxed position, see if we can straighten up that spine, bring the hips in, and come into mountain pose. Option to heel toe those feet in a little closer if that feels nice for you. From here, we'll inhale the arms in the air. Exhale to fold forward, plant your hands, step back. Run through your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra or upward facing dog. Pressing back to a down dog. Nice deep breath here. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward to the forward fold at the front of the mat. From here, you can place your hands on your shins for a nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward. And inhale to gently roll up to stand. All right, I need a drink of water. All right, standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. We're going to inhale the arms above the head for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward, plant your hands, step back to plank pose, run through your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for low cobra or upward facing dog, and pressing back to a down. Breathing in down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forwards or in a forward fold at the front of the mat. On your next inhale, you can place your hands on your shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward, and inhale to gently roll up to stand. All right, standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Inhaling the arms above the head. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward, plant your hands, step back to your plank pose. Run through your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra or upward facing dog, and pressing back to a down dog. Breathing in down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward, so in a forward fold at the front of the mat. On your next inhale, you can place your hands on your shins for a nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward and inhale to gently roll up to stand. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Inhaling the arms up for Urdhva Hastasana. Excuse me. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward, plant your hands, step back to plank pose, run through your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat, inhaling for a low cobra or upward facing dog, and pressing back to a down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward through the forward fold at the front of the mat. On your next inhale, you can place your hands on your shins for a nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward. And inhale to gently roll up to stand. All right. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Check in with all four corners of the feet, making sure that the arch is nice and high. We're gonna inhale the arms above the head for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Planting your hands, stepping back to a plank pose. Running through your vinyasa or lower your knees. Chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra or upward facing dog and pressing back to a down. Breathing in down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop. You can step separate hops so you're in the front of the mat. Going into a forward fold at the front of the mat. Place hands on shins for a nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to gently roll up to stand. Lovely. All right. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat, checking in with all four corners of the feet, feeling nice and secure. Knees are soft. Arms are resting at the side. On your next inhale, we'll lift the arms up for Urdhva Hastasana. On your exhale, we'll go ahead and bend the knees, tuck the tailbone under, and bring the arms forward so you're in a chair pose. On your next exhale, you can fold forward, plant your hands, step back, come into your plank pose. Lower your knees, chest and chin, or run through your vinyasa. Come up to a upward facing dog or low cobra and pressing back to a down dog. On your next inhale, let's lift the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee, swing your foot forward. Help it if you need to. From here, we're going to bring that back knee down to the mat. Feel that action of that heel pulling towards the knee and the knee pulling towards the heel for stability. Now lift the head, neck, and chest up into the air. You can lift your arms up and gaze at your thumbs for a gentle back bend. Breathing here into the front of this back thigh. Sighing those shoulders down the back. On your next exhale, we'll frame that front foot. Bring that back foot up about, I don't know, 6, 12, 18 inches, whatever you need so that both heels are on the mat. Bring your front hip backward in space as you reach your forehead towards your shin. On your next inhale, you can release any props you may have. Bring both feet back to your plank pose. Run through your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra, upward facing dog, and pressing back to the down dog. On your next inhale, lift the left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hips. On your next exhale, we'll swing that foot forward. Help it if you need to. We'll drop the back knee down. Feel this heel pull towards the knee. We'll lift the head, neck, and chest off the mat. We can gaze at the thumbs for a gentle back bend here. Release the shoulders from the ears. On your next exhale, you can frame your front foot. We'll kick that back foot up about 6, 12, 18 inches, whatever you need, so that both heels are on the mat. From here, we'll bring the forehead towards the shin and pull that front hip back in space. Release any props you may have. Release your feet to the back of the mat. Roll forward to a plank. Run through your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra, upward facing dog. Pressing back to a down dog. Take a couple breaths in downward facing dog. In your next exhale, you can hop or step forward, so a forward fold at the front of the mat. From here, we'll gently roll up to stand, placing each vertebrae on top of the previous one. All right. Give your knees a little shake out. Make sure all four corners of the feet are pressing into the mat. You're lifting in those arches. Knees are soft. Lifting the arms above your head for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, feel free to heel toe the feet together. Come into our chair pose. Tucking that tailbone under like we're about to sit back. Bringing the arms forward. Like if there were a chair behind me, I could just let go and fall into it. Nice deep breath here. And we'll exhale to fold forward. Plant your hands and step back to plank pose. Lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for low cobra, upward facing dog. Pressing back to a down dog. And your next inhale, you can lift your left leg into the air. No, right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Bend the knees, swing that foot forward, help it if you need to. We're gonna rotate that back heel down. We're gonna lift the head, neck, and chest up for warrior one. Your next exhale, you can interlace your hands behind your back, bring your shoulder down to your knee for humble warrior. Inhale your arms back up for warrior one. Exhale to frame that front leg. Hit that front leg back to meet the back, so you're in a plank pose. Run through your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for low cobra, upward facing dog. And press back to a down dog. Breathing in down dog. On your next inhale, we'll lift the left leg into the air for a three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees, swing that foot forward. Help it if you need to. We'll rotate that back heel down. Come into a nice sturdy stance here. And on your next inhale, we'll lift the arms up in the air. Come into a warrior one. Pointing those hips forward towards the front of the mat. Excuse me. On your next exhale, you can interlace your thumbs behind you, or your fingers behind you, weird thumb on top. Bring that shoulder down to the knee. Inhale your arms back above your head. And exhale to frame that front foot. Take that front foot back to meet the back, so you're in a plank pose. Run through your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra, upward facing dog. And pressing back to a down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward. So you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. From here, we'll gently roll up to stand, placing each vertebrae on top of the previous. All right, beautiful. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Checking in with the bottoms of the feet, checking in with the knees, and with the hips and the shoulders. We're going to inhale the arms above the head for Urdhva Hastasana. Option to heel toe the feet together and exhale into a chair pose. From here, we'll bring our hands to heart center and hook one elbow over knee and come into a chair pose twist. On your next exhale, you can come back to your chair pose. Oops. Tuck those tailbones under. Inhale real big here and exhale to twist to the opposite side. On your next inhale, you can come back to your chair pose and exhale to fold forward. Step back to your plank pose, run through your vinyasa or lower your knees. Chest and chin to the mat, inhaling for low cobra or upward facing dog, and pressing back to a down dog. On your next inhale, we'll lift the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, swing the foot forward, help it if you need to. We'll rotate that back heel down. We can windmill the arms up to warrior two. Bring that palm up, come forward, and then back to reverse your warrior. Knee stays bent. Give your knee a rest, come forward and down into triangle pose. Then your front knee in triangle pose and bring that forearm to your thigh for side angle. Go ahead and rotate those arms down, frame that front foot, keep that front foot back to meet the back. So you're in a plank pose. You can run through your vinyasa or lower your knees. Chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra or upward facing dog. And pressing back to a down dog. On your next inhale, you can bring that left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, swing your foot forward, help it if you need to. We're going to rotate that back heel down. And we'll windmill the arms up. So you're in a warrior two at the front of the mat. On your next exhale, you can come down. Oh, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing apparently. Exhale, bring your palm forward and then come back. Reverse your warrior. Go ahead and give your knee a rest. Come forward and down for triangle pose. On your next inhale, you can bend that front knee, bring your forearm to your thigh, and come into side angle pose. On your next exhale, you can frame that front foot, kick that front foot back to meet the back, so you're in your plank pose. Run through your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat, inhaling for a low cobra, upward facing dog, and pressing back to a down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward to your forward fold at the front of the mat. On your next inhale, you can roll up slowly, placing each vertebrae on top of the previous one. Come into a mountain pose. All right, standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Feeling nice and strong in our stance. Inhale the arms above your head for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to come into chair pose. Tucking that tailbone under, bending the knees, and bringing those hands forward. Exhale to fold forward. Plant your hands and step back to a plank pose. Run through your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat, inhaling for a low cobra or upward facing dog, and pressing back to a down dog. On your next inhale, lift the right leg into the air for a three-legged dog. Bend your knees, swing your foot forward, help it if you need to. Rotate that back heel down. And we're gonna windmill the arms up to come into our warrior one. Warrior two. Bring that palm forward and then back to reverse your warrior. Release your knee, come forward and down for triangle pose. Bending your knee forward and bringing your forearm to your thigh for side angle pose. From here, we'll rotate the hands down to frame that front foot, kick that front foot back to meet the back so you're in plank pose. Run through your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for low cobra, upward facing dog, and press back to a down dog. On your next inhale, lift the left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips up. Swing that foot forward, help it if you need to. We're gonna rotate that back heel down and windmill the arms up for warrior two. Bring that palm forward and then back to reverse your warrior. Give that knee a rest. We'll come forward and down for triangle pose. Bend that front knee again. Bring your forearm to the thigh and the opposite arm over top for side angle pose. From here, we'll go ahead and swing the arms around so you can come into a wide-legged forward fold at the side of the mat. You can always walk those fingertips back. Come into your stance a little wider. No, fold a little wider. And then you can walk those fingertips forward to come into a flat back. When you're ready, you can heel toe those feet together as much as you'd like, and you can come into whatever squat suits you. Breathe here, pressing your elbows against your knees, palms against each other. Your next exhale, you can release your hands to the ground, bring that bum back up into the air. Come on over to your mat. Kick back to your plank pose. Run through your vinyasa or lower your knees. Chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra, upward facing dog, and press back. The down dog. Breathing in downward facing dog. Your next exhale, we're gonna hop or step forward through a forward fold with the front of the mat. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna gently roll up to stand. You're standing the mountain pose at the front of the mat. It's not time yet. Relax. All right. Okay, we're gonna come into balancing poses. You know I like tree. So we're gonna go ahead and wake up the bottom of both of the feet. You can go out back, honey. I don't teach in class. You can go out back. Go ahead and bring your weight to all four corners of one of your feet. You can kickstand that heel to the ankle, press the foot against the calf, or bring your foot to your inner thigh. Just make sure your foot is not touching your knee. Hands can go on your hips at heart center or branches blowing in the breeze. And if you have trouble balancing, you can always pick a stationary point to stare at. If you fall out of it, you could always come right back in. When you're ready, you can release your arms, you can release your foot from your leg. You can bring that knee forward, extend that leg out, bring the foot high, a little higher, and let it go. You need to, you can give a massage to the standing leg outer muscle here. And we're going to bring all four corners of the opposite foot onto the mat, kickstand that foot against the ankle, or press your foot against your calf, or bring that heel into the inner thigh, as long as your foot is not touching your knee. Hands at heart center on your hips or branches blowing in the breeze. Again, if you need to stay something to stare at, pick a stationary point, not a moving target like myself. And if you fall out, just come right back in. For example. You can release your foot from your leg, bring that knee forward, bring that foot up, maybe a little higher, maybe a little higher, and then bring it back down to the mat. Give your leg a little massage on that standing foot. Okay, and then when you're ready, we'll come back to mountain pose at the front of the mat. We'll inhale the arms above the head for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Plant your hands, step back to plank pose. You can run through your vinyasa or lower your knees. Chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for low cobra, upward facing dog. And pressing back to a down dog. On your next inhale, we'll lift the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee. We're going to swing the shin forward and set up for pigeon pose. Make sure your back leg is straight back behind you like a pin. Give yourself any support or props you may need. Lift your head, neck, and chest out into the air and come down. Pigeon pose. Your next inhale, you can lift your head, neck, and chest off the mat. You come into a tabletop pose. Give your hips a little shake out if that's what they need. We'll tuck those back to under, come back into your downward facing dog. From here, we'll lift the left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Bend the knees, swing that shin forward. Help it if you need to. Make sure your back leg is straight back behind you like a pin. Inhale the chest forward and bring the head, neck, and chest down for pigeon pose. Your next inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest off the mat. Bring yourself back to your tabletop pose. Give your hips a little shake out. We'll press back to your downward facing dog. Last vinyasa, you can run through it or lower your knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Inhaling for low cobra, upward facing dog, and pressing back to a down. Then roll forward to a plank and lower down in one motion. Then we'll roll onto our backs. Bring your feet about as wide as the mat and give your knees a little windshield wiper back and forth from side to side. Bring those knees into the chest nice and tight. You can rock back and forth. You can sway to and fro. You can bring your knees into small circles to give yourself a nice low back massage. Make sure you go both directions. I try. It's still not time. I'm so sorry. And then when you're ready, we'll hug those knees in nice and tight. Okay, don't bite me. Well, you can drop your legs down so that you can just about graze your heels with your fingertips. Feet can be about as wide as your hips or wider. And from here, we'll just tilt and tuck the tailbone a few times, feeling that gap between your back, low back, and the mat. It's not time yet, you goofball. I love it. It's not time. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and, yeah, hello. Tuck the tailbone under, lift it into space, and come into bridge pose. Option 2, interlace your hands behind your back, bring your shoulder blades together. 3 to 5 good breaths here. 7. I love it. On your next exhale, you can release your hands, release your spine back to the mat. You can windshield wiper your knees back and forth a few times. And when you're ready, you can tuck the tailbone under, lift the hips into space, and come into your second bridge pose. You can interlace your fingers back behind you. Interlace your, bring your shoulder blades together. Release your hands, release your arms, release your spine back to the mat. And windshield wiper the knees back and forth a few times. And then when you're ready, you can tuck the tailbone under. Come into your final bridge pose. Option to interlace your hands behind your back. Release your hands, release your arms, release your spine back down to the mat. And windshield wiper the knees back and forth a few times. We're going to take the right ankle onto the left knee, lift the left leg into the air. We're going to flex both feet. We're going to grab the back of the back thigh, press the right knee away from you, the right elbow. And if you can't find anything here that needs to be stretched, you can just rock back and forth, maybe pull your legs a little closer, maybe push them a little further away until you find a spot that maybe needs a little bit more attention, a little bit more breath. Just breathe there. And release your legs, release your hands from your legs, switch the crossing of your legs. Bring the opposite leg up, flex both feet. Grab the back of the thigh and press that knee away from you. And if you can't find a spot right away, you can rock back and forth, bring that knee toward you more. Release your hands from your legs, release your knees. Windshield wiper your legs back and forth. And then we'll come into a gentle inversion, whatever that means to you. You can bring your legs up the wall. You can put your sacrum on a block. You can just bring your feet up into the air. You can always do a supported shoulder stand. Bring your legs down, release any props you may have. We'll hug both knees into the chest nice and tight. When you're ready, we'll roll onto one side and come into a gentle twist. Your hands can be on your knees, out in cartoon cactus arms, out in a big T. On your next inhale, you can come back to center. No. 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 We'll exhale the legs down to the opposite side. Come here. No, it's not time yet. It's literally not time yet. Hey, it's not time yet. It's not time. It's not time. It's almost. No. 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 It's much time now. I'm not gonna be bullied. Your next inhale, you can come back to center. And when you're ready, you can exhale your knees down. Come into your final resting place. Come here. Final resting place? Final resting pose. You can bring your awareness back to your breath. Start to make small movements, your fingers and toes. You can roll onto one side, using your arm as a pillow. Take one breath in the fetal position. Using that same slow quality of movement, you come up to a comfortable seat. And close with one Om. You can bring your hands to heart center for Om. Om.